Hello guys and welcome back. Let's take a look at my investment portfolio. I have added almost $1,000 in order to dollar cost average my losses, but as you can see, I've lost $46 on my dividend gross portfolio. I'm still getting dividends, so it's fine. Overall, I'm expecting around $18 of dividends in May, then 16, then 8, and in general, it looks more or less fine. None of the companies have cut the dividends yet, but overall, let's take a look at what do we have here by each individual stock I own. And first, let's review the future value of my investment portfolio. So the tool, and this is just for your reference, a free website. You can check my other videos on it or how to use it, how to register here. This is not an advertising, just for your reference. So the future value is basically explaining how my investment portfolio will grow over the time. And currently, there are a lot of approaches where people are saying a lot about compounding, that you invest 10,000 and then you're a billionaire like Bill Gates, after like 10 years, which to me sounds like a bullshit, to be honest. So let's be very fair here. And currently, I'm having around $3,900. My actual 5-year dividend growth rate on my portfolio is 3.6% and dividend yield 3.8 at the moment. So every year I'm getting $151. Considering that each year the dividends will grow by 3.6% on average, how they did before, I'm gonna get $226 after 10 years. And this will be my annual income just from the dividends. So right here we can customize our future estimation, and I didn't add any annual contributions or price appreciation that for some reason stocks will go up and cost more than they are now. So let's say this is the pessimistic scenario where stock will not grow but will not decline as well, and I will not make any contributions. So let's say I'm just keeping my money here in the investment account and I'm just collecting the dividends, adding them to the portfolio, and they're growing. So with this expectation, my $4,000 will grow to 5.6 in 10 years. And as you can see, this is the 40% uplift. If we're taking the 20 years estimation, then our annual income will be $332, which is more than doubling, and the ending future value is 8.3 thousand. So this is, to my view, something that everyone should consider, that if you have $4,000 in your dividend investment portfolio, in 20 years, you can double it. And this sounds realistic. Once you will be saying that, okay, every year my investment portfolio should grow by 2%, then you start getting something more interesting, which means that your investment portfolio will triple. But again, you don't see this compounding magic, right? That you invested 4,000 and then all of a sudden it becomes like 200K or something like this. I don't believe in these, stories that a lot of YouTubers are telling. So this is why I wanted to show you that in order to gain 200% uplift, you will need to wait 20 years and you will just triple your portfolio from this dividend growth set that I have. But overall, of course, we can say that if everything goes well and price appreciation will be somewhere around the current inflation, then we can see like 380%, but still, it's like 4 times what you have invested. So I'm not that sure that you all are super excited about it, right? That you can retire early and live off dividends. I mean, that doesn't look like that. So this is why one thing that a lot of YouTubers are not telling you, that you should add annually to this portfolio, which means that you need to spend more and more money on it. And once you're adding, for example, $1,000 every year, that's when it becomes more interesting, from 4,000 to like 63. But again, you're adding $1,000 every year to it, which is also something that most of you might not be expecting. And this is again the most optimistic scenario that you might be doing in order to get like $63,000 by having only 4,000 right now. But overall, again, let's get back to the reality that, let's say, our price appreciation will be just 1%, 1% growth of the stock that I have, and 3.8% dividend yield as it is now with 3% growth. Then what do we have? And boom, $10,000. So we will just have 155% uplift. So this is just an exercise for you, how I see the future of my portfolio. But no more talking, enough. Let's take a look at each individual stock I own and how the situation changed over the time. And now let's take a look at the first stock I own, which is American Electric Power Company. So it has lost $7 in value, and the yield is still pretty good, and overall I am more or less happy with this stock. The Citigroup, as you can see, I've got $3 more, but it has fallen a lot recently with all the banking crisis news and so far. The Coca-Cola Europe Pacific Partners is very interesting stock. As you all know, everybody is predicting some problems for the European economical area, but overall we don't see it. I mean, literally what we are seeing is like $30 growth, and I have added more shares to my position. And currently you might see that my average cost is $60, but it costs 66, and it is paying like outstanding almost 5% dividends, which is awesome, to be honest. And I wasn't expecting that much, but please check out my other video on Coca-Cola and why I think it will be a great company to own for the next 10 years or more. Cisco Systems, I have lost $10 and the stock has fallen a lot recently, but overall, I don't think that it's going to last for long and it's going to come back pretty soon. CVS Health, so I consider it my biggest mistake, which I made. I tried to dollar cost average from the $90 I had before, and I bought more shares, but as you can see, it keeps dropping again and again. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of it once it gets back to normal, at least to some price that minimizes those losses. Dominion Energy has lost $17, but I still keep it just in order to also get rid of it once there will be a chance. But I think this is going to be more long-term investment that I have, just considering the fact that they need more time in order to launch their nuclear reactors and get rid of coal, which I think eventually will happen. Coca-Cola, I was not believing much into this company because, as I have in my other video, please check this out, I have told that Coca-Cola, the US division, will not grow much, but it grew and it surprised me. But overall, I'm just gonna keep owning the stock and maybe adding it once the price goes down, maybe even below the ones that I was buying it before. Coca-Cola, the Mexican division or Latin America is insane. It's going crazy. As you can see, it's already, when I was buying it at $73, though it's already trading at 87, and it is just expecting to be doing more and more. Again, the target price is way higher than what you can see here. Check out my other videos. Everything is going to be exactly as it was projected. Kroger, it took longer for the company to grow, but it is growing pretty steadily, and I do recommend, again, it's not recommendation, but I do recommend to own it just because people are obsessed with organic food and in general the grocery stores. So it's going to be a supermarket that is going to dominate, to my view, in the recession or not. They're just going to be wealthy. They're kind of a Walmart on the early stages, I would say, in my opinion. But again, everyone could have their own opinion on this. Medical Properties Trust, I was owning 9 shares, so I bought 3 more just to dollar cost average the price. But as you can see, I'm still losing $23 on it. The yield is still high, but overall, I think they're going to cut the dividends, and maybe that's a mistake to buy in recession some small companies. So my thought on this is that I'm just going to be getting rid of them once there will be a good option for that. But so far, since the dividends were not cut, I think I will continue to own them. Omega Healthcare investors are pretty stable, so I'm planning also to sell them somewhere in the nearest future, maybe before or after the dividends are being paid out. As CHD, I have added another position to dollar cost average mine because I was having that $78, and I'm planning to buy more of it. And one interesting thing that I did, I actually sold all of my Verizon stock, because you will be surprised if you didn't know that SCHD has 4% or even more stake in Verizon. So I don't want to own ETF and the same company that is basically having a major stake in the same ETF. That doesn't make sense, because any issues that company affects both ETF and the companies and the shares of the company you own. So no point of owning Verizon, better to own SCHD that includes Verizon. So this is why that was my decision, and I'm still losing money on it, but I think this is more of a long-term investment. Southern Company, I'm still owning it, but as you can see, I'm even profitable on it, so I will continue to do so. I'm not planning to buy more of Dominion Energy, Southern, or even American Electric Power companies just individually, but I'm gonna plan to increase my stake in XLU sector that includes them all. So this is why that is one of the thoughts that I'm having. SPLV, I've lost $8.6. It is still declining, but it's pretty low volatile as it was expected to be. So I'm still waiting for the better times for it to grow. Vanguard, developed markets, is more or less the same. I'm still expecting the other markets to grow way more than they are now, but I'm not investing into it yet because I have something that I could dollar cost average. That's the only reason. VFC Corp, so I am losing money on it. There was a time when it cost like more than $30 and I was planning to buy more. Now it costs $20, which is pretty sad, but I'm still expecting them to grow, and I will be dollar cost averaging them more. Western Union, so I bought 2 shares more to dollar cost average it. Now it's profitable, so I'm gonna wait for the dividends or closer to the dividends, and I think I will start selling it off as well, just because I've stopped losing money on them. And again, smaller companies I think will be struggling during the recession. So most likely, with banking crisis altogether, this is something that everyone should be doing. But again, not a recommendation. Do what you think should be done. XLU, I'm buying more and more of that because I think that the electric vehicles are going to need a lot of energy. And whoever sells batteries, whoever believes in Elon Musk or in BYD or in NIO or any other electric cars, everyone needs energy. And no one can create that much of an energy. They will be all buying from the same suppliers. And guess what? All electric suppliers and facilities are located in here, nothing else. So this is why I'm buying more and more of that. And as you can see, I'm already more or less stable on it. But this stock in general is showing really great performance. So just look at it. Recession or not recession, COVID or not COVID, the difference is not that huge, which means that the price of electric energy goes up no matter what, and the dividends are being paid no matter what. People cannot stop using electricity. They're even planning to use more of it, which means that there might be shortage, price increase, like everything that you as the shareholder is expecting to get. So this is why I think that's a great time to invest. And even if recession will come, the price is more or less good. So we had really spikes to like $76, and now we're just at 68, 67, and not considering the dividends. This is why the dividend payments are also being pretty good, and even Dominion Energy, which is not doing really well in this specific sector, is also affecting these drops. So if they will stabilize their situation, the stock will also increase massively. So again, not a recommendation, but I'm planning to buy more and more of that. So that's basically the situation with my stocks in my portfolio. Here you can see the visualization of it with XLU taking 17% stake in it, with some other companies like Dominion, Southern, and AEP of another 11% basically being here. So 30% is electrical energy. That's my belief, that's my future vision of the world. And please make your own decisions. Tell me what you think of my investment portfolio, and let the power and the force be with you.